YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy Josh. We back up in this thing with another one. We woke up this morning. It's another beautiful day. All praise to the Most High, man. Let's get it. Hey, bro. The most important thing that I didn't realize until I started growing up and realizing around the age of 21, 22 was the value or the importance of having self-respect for yourself, having dignity, having enough respect for yourself to not allow yourself to be subject to certain treatments, certain judgments, and things of that nature. And it's really ties into improving, guys. A lot of guys don't improve. A lot of guys are typically ordinary, stay the same, and you know, as a result, don't receive anything spectacular, or don't receive anything that warrants something that they could be proud of, something that they can feel proud to be associated with, you know. And not being offered those opportunities or offered those situations where you can, you know, hang your hat on something and be proud of it. You know, we try to force it and are desiring it so much to the point to where we sell ourselves less than what we really are in hopes of receiving something. You know, a lot of guys simp and are thirsty and this and that, all because they're not used to, you know, being involved with somebody to where they didn't have to do those things. It doesn't come normal or natural or enough times for them to know what it's like to act accordingly, and knowing when to cut ties and knowing when to move on and things of that nature. I don't want none of you guys having to sell yourself short or doing things to make somebody else happy or doing things so that somebody can accept you. Instead, I want you to become a confident version of yourself. Be the best version of yourself, somebody you can be proud of. And doing the work and putting the work in every single day, grinding and letting those things that you desire so bad, those will start to come to you naturally. Instead, it won't feel so forced, and it won't feel like you're getting lucky and then you're getting fortunate. It'll honestly feel like you deserve it, and you're meant to be there, or you're meant to have it. You know, you guys, we can't complain about, you know, not making money or not blowing up on social media or not being popular as this person and stuff like that if we don't do the work necessary that to get to that point. We can't forgo the work or push the work off to the side in hopes of being accepted and getting all the benefits and rewards out of it. It doesn't happen that way. And I learned this around the age of when I really started improving and realized the importance of improving, because if you don't improve, you will put yourself in a position to where, because I know, for example, you don't love yourself or are not happy of the version that you see in the mirror. So instead of you settling for that version of who you are today and hoping somebody along the way will settle for that version of you as well, instead, bro, let's stop wasting time and let's stop going back and forth and wondering and getting anxiety and hoping and wishing, and let's just put the work in. There's something I can guarantee you, bro. If you put the work in, fellas, everything that you wish for can be yours, bro. You may not be able to see it today because of the version of who you are today. But who you are today does not have to be who you are tomorrow. It doesn't have to be who you are the next year. And the first step in realizing that, and the first step in achieving that, bro, is you guys have to literally understand that things don't happen by accident. People don't forget about you by accident. People don't do a lot of things by accident, especially when it comes to other people. Like if you guys have friends and girlfriends and stuff like that, you know, the energy that you receive, it's nothing coincidental about it. I don't believe in coincidence. Yeah, there are some, you know, exceptions and things of that nature where things may be like what happened based on coincidence. But for the most part, it's not a coincidence that she forgot to text you, bro. It's not a coincidence that they forgot to include you in the plans. It's not a coincidence that nobody is messing with you right now, bro. It's not a coincidence that every single time you like a girl and you hope that they like you back, it's not a coincidence that they don't like you back. It's a reason. Those other people are looking at you, evaluating you, and choosing not to give you the energy. Whenever I'm questioning somebody's, attitude towards me, I remember one time I was at, I'm gonna go into a story, but whenever I'm questioning somebody's attitude or behavior toward me and wondering if they have enough respect towards me as I have enough for myself that I believe that I'm deserving of, because I think everybody is deserving of respect unless they do something that warrants not respect. But if somebody is treating me in a way that I don't think is standard, that I don't think that I should be treated that way, I'm not going to think it's a coincidence, because a story or something that I like to reference off of, and whenever I'm judging whether somebody likes me or respects me or things of that nature, I always imagine if I was a celebrity. What if I was Chris Brown or Drake or something like that? How would this person treat me differently? And most times, it's usually a yes. And so I sit back and I say, well, why is that, Josh? Well, some men or people in general, their aura and just who they are warrants respect more than others, bro. It warrants, some people thinking you are their cup of tea, and then some people are not. But at the end of the day, we're not trying to force somebody to make us their cup of tea. Having enough self-respect and having enough dignity and love for yourself is realizing that you are not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And so the last thing you'll do is try to lower yourself, minimize yourself, and put yourself in a submissive position so that you can be that person's cup of tea, so that you can fit into the program, into the protocol, being something that you're not, putting somebody above you who doesn't deserve to be above you, who in fact is actually equal to you. Why should you have to prove yourself to them? What gives them this position of superiority over you? As a grown man, I was talking to my partner today, and me and him, we work together, and he was telling me a story about like his old bosses and everything like that, how he blocked their numbers. I said, dang, bro, you blocked their numbers like that? I said, I never thought of that. I said, that's a good idea. And the reasoning he said it was, he said, man, I will never allow another man to be able to contact me who's yelled at me. Just to give you a backstory about my partner, man, he was treated very unfairly. And based on, his perspective, Matt, like he was put in a inferior position. He felt less masculine. He didn't feel like an equal towards his professional superior. And I'm saying he didn't feel like an equal person to that person just in general. Like professionally and, in the workplace, you're going to have a chain of command. You're going to have people that are your boss and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, everybody puts their pants on the same. And so everybody should be respected the same. Whether or not you're the trash man or the president of the United States, bro, every man is of desert. No man is above another man to the point where they should be disrespected or not given the same amount of respect. And that's something that I want all you guys out there to be thinking, especially guys that know what it's like to start from somewhere and then improve, is to always respect a man just off the simple fact that he's a grown man. Don't treat one man a certain way in which you wouldn't treat another one. Don't talk to a man a certain way in which you wouldn't do another. And in this case, my boy's superiors at work, his colleagues, his bosses, did not give him that respect. That even though I'm in charge of you, even though that I'm responsible for delegating tasks to you and making sure you're doing your job, at the end of the day, you are a grown man. And I will treat you as such. I will never minimize you to be something smaller than that. I don't want you guys minimizing yourself for anybody. So he said, bro, I would never allow another man that has yelled at me to contact me, reach out to me, or do. At that point, bridges have been burnt. And I'm okay going the rest of my life not being associated with that person. That's where I want you guys to be. Like, I don't want you guys, if anybody has ever disrespected you, made you feel inferior to them, the self-respect and the self-love that you should have for yourself should not allow that person to continue to be in your life. You should not continue to seek that person's validation. You should not continue to think that what this person thinks matters to your life and what you have going on. You should look at every man just as what he is, as man. Because we all are men. And you guys know me, bro. I'm a God-fearing man. And I don't fear no man except for God. That's the one that has the ultimate power. That's the one that has the control. No other man has no control over my life other than me and him. The Most High. Set that standard for yourself. And if people are not willing to meet your standard, if people are not willing to treat you as an equal, fellas, walk away. We are men. At some point back in the 1800s, and that meant something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying those times everything was good and that's the way the world should be. No. But the man today versus the man back then, I'm just saying that being a man meant something. A responsibility. And you held your chest out a little bit differently, just off the simple fact that you were a man. And that it was required out of you and it was expected out of you that's how you would behave yourself. Today we got men that are throwing all of their cash and money just to get transactional affection from women who obviously don't care for them nor respect them or desire them the way that they want. That's not the standard that they wish that's not the standard that they want to live. Guys that have sugar babies that are willing to pay and do something to have a transactional relationship, those guys are the type of guys that did not want to self-reflect and realize that they should have became a better version of themselves. That they should have, that they don't understand that letting people go and letting people walk out of their life is fine and it's okay. People like that are desperate need of people needing to be in their life, needing somebody else's approval, needing some sort of acceptance because they can't accept who they are in the mirror. And they don't want to fix it or have to revisit it. And so they're just looking for any sort of option or any sort of path that can take them away from having to reflect. And I don't want that to be you guys. Guys, the chicks ain't looking your way. People picking on you, people bullying you, etc., etc. You kind of nerdy. Nobody really, you know what I'm saying, respects you. Good. Remember it. Remember it. Remember it when you get under that bench press. Remember it when you get under that squat rack. Remember it whenever you're sitting there questioning, should I do more work or should I not do more work? Do more work. Remember the feeling, because I do. I remember being a teenager, wanting the girls to look at me, wanting to be noticed, wanting to be accepted, doing things that was not me in order to be accepted. I don't want that to be you. And because I continue to remember it, some people may say, you got to work on your trauma. No. I weaponize my trauma so that I can benefit from it. To remind me to stay centered. To remind me to stay disciplined. To remind me to not slack off, to take days off. To remind me that choosing comfort is not the best decision right now. Because when we choose comfort, we go back to how they used to treat us. We go back to what we used to go through. The problems we used to go and experience and things of that nature. So I'm saying this to you guys because the first step when it comes to improvement is willing to let people not like you, willing to let people walk away, willing to let people just think whatever they want. Because at the end of the day, we should have, when it comes to us having self-respect for ourselves, that means looking in the mirror and saying, I need to be better and I want to be the version that I am proud of. I'm no longer trying to minimalize myself to make somebody else proud of me. No, I'm going to be the man that I want to be proud of. And I'm willing to sacrifice however long it takes. However long it takes. It may take a year, it may take 2 years, it may take 5 years. I don't know. But I will tell you, we are not aiming to be perfection. We are just aiming for progress. What is self-improvement? Looking to make our life better one day at a time. Not trying to hurry up and get it all together and it takes time. It takes time. But I'm willing to give that time away. And I'm not even giving it away. I'm investing it. I'm using discipline. I'm saying no to the things that will give me comfort. Because it's easy to minimalize myself so that I can be accepted by somebody. So that I don't have to put the work in. So that I don't have to reflect and realize that I need to get in shape. That I need to get my life together. That I need to stop doing dumb stuff all the time. Oh, what? I don't want to do it. That's a hard decision. I don't want to do that. That looks like hard work. What's the easy route? Oh, let me sell myself. Let me lower myself. Let me pay for it. Let me use money to get me there instead of just putting the work in. You have to respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, nobody else will. No matter how much money you get, no matter how much status you get, if you don't respect yourself, people will continue to treat you as such. You'll be a rich guy who can't respect himself. This is something that money can't solve. This is something that the gym can't solve. This is something that must be solved within here. So, we got to be willing to let people walk away, man. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And understand that and have enough self-respect that you will never lower yourself to that. To fit somebody else's bill. To fit somebody else's program. You should be trying to fit one person's program, and that's your program. And if you are happy with what you see in the mirror, who cares what everybody else says? Who cares? What do I look like hearing about what somebody else says? That person right there may be miserable, may not know what they got going on, may not know X, Y, or Z. But I'm over here getting up every single day happy with what I see in the mirror. Okay, they rejected me. Okay, cool. It's their loss. Okay, cool. They trying to treat me. I went to the nail salon the other day. The lady over here I showed up about an hour before closing. The lady over here procrastinating, dragging her feet. I said, you know what, bro? Like, you don't even gotta do it. If you don't want to do my nails, I'm not. Hey, I know you open, but if you don't want to do it, you don't gotta do it. I just go somewhere else. I'll just go somewhere else where somebody else does want to do it. And if that person don't want, I'll just keep going on. But I'm not finna sit here and waste my time. Make you do something you don't want to do. No. If you don't like me, cool. On to the next. You don't want to be with me? Cool. On to the next. Okay, you don't want to kick it with me no more? Okay, cool. On to the next. I know who I am. I know what I can bring. And if you don't think it's enough, or if you ain't messing with it, it's your loss, because I'm a cold. Yes, sir. I know who I am. Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all want me. Hey, I keep receipts. Okay, cool. Don't try to mess with me once you find out that I'm doing this, or I find out I'm doing that, or once you see me and I'm looking like this, or you see me and I'm looking like that. Don't try to, nah. The people I want to mess with are the people that want to mess with me. And you should feel the same exact way, because I respect myself, and you should too. So that's all I got for y'all boys. If y'all boys need a consultation, link down below in the description. If y'all boys need a training program, try and work out, link down below in the description. If you boys want to just say what's up to me, send a question to me, DM me at Instagram. Instagram is down below in the description, man. If y'all need none of that, man, make sure before y'all go, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm gonna holler at y'all boys, man.